Should I move the closer? No? Oh, okay.
Right here. Can I get a mic? Can I get some water, please? Hello, everyone.
My name is Yari.
And my name is Craig.
We're the Lindsays. We recently moved to China from America, and we wanted to start this channel to give unique perspective on our experience and how we moved and why we made this decision, and kind of document the journey because many people may be curious, so why not put the information out there and easy to access?
Yes. We wanted to share our experience with you all. So first, we'll talk about the reasons why we left.
Yeah, this video is going to be about why we left the States, our reasoning. What are our goals? Are we coming back? Are we going to try new places? It's going to be about all that. So stay tuned for what we have going on.
Okay, so reason number one as to why we left the States was safety. Safety.
The guns, the school shootings, the
Police.
random shootings. Like it's just an extremely violent place.
Yes.
And we moved from Chicago. We were living in Streeterville, Chicago, so downtown Chicago area. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, we're away from where maybe most of the violence will happen, but random bystanders were still getting shot around the corner from our high-rise apartment. And at some point, it's kind of like, when am I safe? I'm good on that personally. Maybe people are a little desensitized to gun violence, so it's not that big of a deal to them. I was in the military. I'm familiar with guns. Like, I'm not into it. That's too much. So safety was a huge one. Being here, I've been able to walk around at night. I can be 2 hours away in a different city, talking to strangers on the street, and I'm not green, y'all. Okay, I have a good sense of discernment. I grew up in the projects. My head's always on a swivel. I feel so safe. I have a newfound peace. My nervous system feels more regulated. So safety was huge, so huge. And him, my husband, being a tall, 6'5", sexy black man, police, like the people who get shot for doing absolutely nothing, or they're, oh, wrong guy. Well, now my guy's dead. You know, that's terrifying to know that any neighborhood, anytime, an officer can just make a mistake and take a life.
It happens everywhere. And to be clear, we love Chicago. It's not just the violence that happens in Chicago. We've lived in Kansas City. We met in Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah, she's from Kansas City. I'm from Maryland. So I grew up in Southern Maryland, but I also used to be through DC. I went to school in Southern Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia Beach area. My folks also moved to North Carolina, Charlotte. So I've been in different cities, and there has been a consistent trend of violence everywhere because we're so normalized to violence and being so tense and on guard every day we step out our homes, even when you're inside of your home.
Bonus points if you're POC. We've been very lucky. We haven't experienced direct violence, but that still doesn't feel good.
Yeah, because essentially we're not lucky. It's just something that hasn't happened to us, but it could happen to anyone. It happens to anyone.
Yeah.
And we felt like that was not something that we wanted to endure and continue to endure. So at the end of the day, we made a choice to want to explore the world and put ourselves in a different position so that, you know, our everyday life could be different. I worry about my fine, beautiful wife walking around in the daytime when it's bright outside, when there is police everywhere, because at the end of the day, anything can happen to her. Being in China, like my wife said, has been such a refreshing feel where I like to be outside too. I like to go for late night runs, and we already know the trend of black men running, jogging by themselves and what happens to them. We know this already. We know this story. I have ran where there's no street lights over here in China.
Well, it's in our area. So there's a lot of nature around us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the point is,
yeah.
the trend, like, you can go out by yourself, wee hours of the night,
Into the pitch darkness of the night,
and you
be
are fine. You don't have to worry about anyone coming to get you because
Yeah.
no one is worried about you.
And the police are so nice here. Talk about protect and serve. They need to take notes from the CCP immediately. Like,
With
they're
no-
so nice.
With no guns.
Things that we've had to worry about in the United States, we have not felt that weight on our shoulders. And that's been very refreshing because it allows you to have more room for self-exploration. There are many of places we could have tried. China was the first, namely because and I guess we can make this our next point, but the culture and the culture shock that I had to do some convincing a little bit because he was like, but
I was on the fence not because of China, but because
leaving home. Yeah, that's what he was on.
I was new to my career. I was just starting to make some headway. Headway. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Whatever.
I just started to make some progress and make connects and build new relationships, and I was stuck with this tunnel vision of like, I gotta keep going because if I keep going, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna book. I'm gonna do all the things. And I was so attached to the potential of a opportunity that
In a specific area.
Yeah. That I didn't see the world of opportunities that could be open for me when I leave the country.
So, culture. I asked a little bit of convincing, and like you said, not because of China, but because of leaving home. And home is all you know at some point. Neither of us had traveled outside of the country before. I have barely traveled around the country. So, leaving and going all the way to China, of all places, would have been and has been a culture shock in many ways. And I did ample research. I wasn't going in blind. I understood what was happening, and I decided that I liked what I was seeing.
Yeah.
Honestly, when you look past what American media feeds you, which is a lot of things that are either complete lies or not complete truths, when you start looking past that and really interacting with people who live here and are from here, you get a more realistic story. But when I started to look more into it, I knew that I was fascinated by their culture and language, and not just that it's more developed, but how that happened and the philosophies behind it. Who prioritized what when the time came and all the people that benefited. It was just beautiful. So I was like, I gotta see this shit in person. I got to. It's a beautiful culture. It's a beautiful language. The people are beautiful. They're so communal.
Yeah.
We've been to dinner with our neighbors. Our neighbors bring us fruits and veggies that their parents grow out of the garden.
Yeah.
They'll bring us tea. They're like, this is my favorite tea from a tea shop. I hope you like it. They're just so sweet and willing to share and welcome you into their spaces.
Yeah.
The aunties and uncles that walk around, they always want to talk to you and ask you 1,000 questions. Even though my Chinese is not good, they don't care. I don't know what's happening half the time, but they yapping, and I'm sure they're saying something. So once my Chinese is a little better, I'll gladly yap with them. But for now, I avoid them because that's a 15-minute commitment, and they will keep you right there yapping at you.
They will not let you go.
They will not let you go.
Like, you gonna hear what they gotta say.
Yeah, whether you understand it or not, you gonna hear it.
Our third reason was career advancement. Me as an actor, just starting out in my professional career, fresh out of grad school. Not fresh, but a few years removed. I had an experience my first year in Chicago, and I think it was a very vital experience. I needed to understand how the business works outside of the room. And honestly, again, I've had my experience, but I felt like I wanted to open myself up more to what the world could provide. I've also been in school in higher education for 7 years consecutively. So from undergrad, I went straight to grad school. Went straight out of grad school, moved to Chicago, and I had an agent. And I was fortunate to have an agent. But I didn't have a lot of life experience to fuel my art. And I think that was the biggest thing that was missing from my work. And it didn't really matter what my skill set could provide, because it was what was in here. You know, what was, you can tell when someone has lived, and all I knew was school in my adult life. So this was an opportunity to just open myself up to the world and gain some more perspective, live a little. And also, I've always balanced between acting and fashion. They make up who I am. I am multifaceted. I'm not just one thing or the other. I can do multiple things. I have multiple skills. And coming here has opened up a new world of opportunity. I don't know all the things that it entails. I don't have any connects out here yet, so I'm kind of a little fish in a big ocean that connects to different countries. So I don't know where I'm going, but I'm excited for the journey, and I'm more excited than ever because I get to figure it out and create those relationships and put myself out there and build my confidence within myself, as opposed to being kind of guided and coached on where to go, and then I'm frustrated with not getting anywhere. I love how Chinese culture has influenced their art as well. I love how they express themselves through their artistry. So that is something else that I want to kind of add to my arsenal of tools, as I grow as a creative, as an artist, as an actor, as a fashion stylish personality, all those different things. So we got big plans. Can't really talk about too much, but we got some big plans to do some great things.
Yeah. And for me, my degree's in accounting, but I am a fashion designer, self-taught, and I want to get a degree in fashion. And if not, maybe I'll do some certificates. I probably don't need to go through the whole undergrad process again. But I also want to further my craft here and learn their eye and their perspective on color theory and leaving space or filling space. What fabrics or what shapes evoke which emotion and why over here. I think that us being Black Americans, our culture and our experience and the way that we express creatively, adding a separate cultural experience to that arsenal, to that toolbox, I think can be something extremely explosive and beautiful. So yeah, I'm really excited for the career journey as well. I can't wait.
Because you kind of talked about
I
going
kind
to
of briefed
school.
it, yeah.
So
Next, as I kind of said it already, is education. I do want to further my education and get another degree. So being here, I feel really affords us that opportunity much more comfortably. I'm very open to exploring various cultures' craftsmanship. I'm here in China. I want to explore their version of craftsmanship. But my eyes are not off of Italy. I want to explore their version. India, beading. I want to take a little bit out of everybody's pot. But we're here in China, and we're building here in China. So it starts with China.
I might be open to some workshops, and my eyes have always been on BADA, the British Academy, where Chadwick went. And I always said I'm done with school after getting my master's, after getting my MFA, but I would love to continue to perfect my craft because you never stop learning. You're always growing, you're always learning, you're always a student of the art. So
our next reason, which will be cost of living. I'm sure we've heard this 1,000 times. We're coming from the US to Asia, that things are just much more affordable. Rent's more affordable, groceries and food are more affordable, transportation and travel is more affordable. So with all the extra money we're able to save and the extra money we're able to invest into ourselves, we can do so comfortably. We want to start looking for school or whoop-de-woo, so we cannot eat out anywhere for the next 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
And that's just financial discipline, and I get it, but it gets to a point where it feels extreme.
Yeah.
We're two artists, that's what we're passionate about, and we can understand how it's a less traditional path. If we were lawyers or doctors or something, the path is clear, the salary is clear, the expectation of how you level up and go up in that field is much more clear.
Yeah.
As artists, it's just not as clear. And we're so free spirited that we don't care that it's not clear. We just want to do it and be happy. And I don't think that that's too much to ask for. So we went somewhere where we could do it and be happy. And it's just that simple. Everything doesn't work for everybody, but this absolutely works for us, and we adore it, love it.
Yes.
Bad.
And speaking about affordability, we'll talk about our last reason, which is healthcare. Healthcare is not a privilege, it is a necessity. And we came to a place where healthcare is treated as a priority.
It's a necessity.
Mm.
Like, end of statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an absolute necessity.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous that we're scared of ambulances because it could send us into debt. That is bizarre. And I know we like laugh and kiki at it because we all understand that it's a bit crazy, but kind of laugh to keep from crying because it's also absolutely pathetic.
Exactly.
Yeah, like it's really sad. ER visit, like people rather Uber in a medical emergency than take a damn ambulance.
Or even skip the ER and just try to
Thug
thug it out
Yeah.
because hey, I'm not paying $200 just to get seen and
just
told.
to get in line. It's really sad.
Yes.
It's really sad. And being here and having access to affordable medical care, efficient medical care. This place has 1 billion people. Like, I still don't know how they do it. I don't understand it. But they are efficient and they care about simple human rights.
Yep.
I'm not asking for a yacht. I'm asking that I could see a doctor without dumping my savings.
Exactly.
I think it's quite simple, but some places it's not very simple, like the U.S. But here it is, and that's something that's really important to us. And if we ever decide to family plan, or if we decide to have a kid, if we decide to have children, being seen by doctors, if there's any complications and all of that, it won't feel like another layer of stress.
Yes.
And safety.
Mm-hmm.
They won't be raised in a place where school shootings are a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And also, that's absolutely bizarre. Like it's bizarre.
Yes.
And I'm not into it. Maybe some people can tolerate it, and it's not like it affects every single. Well, no, it does. It does. It does affect every single American, whether that American decides to acknowledge it or not.
Exactly.
Because most people are like, well, it ain't me, so not my problem. It is.
And,
it is your problem.
And for our kids specifically, they can just be kids and live their life.
Yeah.
They can make their mistakes, but they will be able to live their life.
Yeah. Children are they maintain that innocence and that childish glow.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. There's so many activities, third spaces for kids. There is so much stuff for kids. It's crazy. There's still Toys R Us here, by the way. Isn't that crazy? Like, what the heck? In malls, there's usually an entire floor dedicated to kids' game, kids' clothes, kids' accessories, entirely dedicated to children.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, that's beautiful.
They prioritize children so much out here to the point where you can go in so many stores and there's at least something for kids to do.
Mm-hmm.
Kids walk around by themselves. A lot of times they don't walk around with their parents. They're walking around by themselves, taking public transportation by themselves.
Are you seeing them take public transport?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Golly.
They're fine.
Yeah.
They're fine. No one's worried about their kid getting snatched or anything happening to their child. They know that when they send their child out in the world, their child will come home.
Yeah. And my Chinese teacher will regularly brag about how safe China is. She will regularly tell me how safe China is. And before we got here, she was like, yeah, in China, we can walk around in the middle of the night. It's perfectly safe. You can't do that, right? No.
Mind you, she knew the answer.
I can't. Why are we talking about this right now? What words should I be learning? And I would be like, no, I can't do that, actually. I guess I could. I shouldn't.
You can do anything you want to.
You could definitely do anything.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna do that personally. I'm
Yeah.
good. So, and being here, she was absolutely right.
Yeah.
You go out any time of night, you want a little midnight snack? There are convenience stores that they're open 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
There's no person in there at night though. You scan a little code, the door opens for you. You go in and buy your snacks.
Mm-hmm.
You just ring it up yourself, scan it, and go on about your business.
That's it.
Folks ain't stealing all the time. I would not put that shit in the U.S. ever.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
And there's been times. There was one time where she went to go visit her friend in Shanghai, and they were out past midnight, and she didn't get back home until 2 a.m.
Just having a great time.
because she was lost. Part of it because she was lost.
I was lost, and I was having a good time lost.
Having a good time lost. But nonetheless, she was safe, and she was able to make it back home. Now me, we don't really do that. Like back home in Chicago,
I wouldn't dare.
no,
I wouldn't dare.
no. And if she was out late, she was with her friends. But like even then,
Yeah, we're like inside somewhere. We're not outside running around.
there is a big safety issue when it comes to just being outside at night.
Extra points if you're one.
All the points, all the points. 99, all the points as a woman. That always used to scare me. It always used to keep me up, and I was stressed, and I was like, just checking her location all the time, making sure she's good, or like, okay, like, whoa, hey, it's getting late.
Yeah, we gotta go. You're gonna start getting crazy.
I gotta put my deep voice on, and now I gotta be the party pooper. But here, she can be out. Take the public transportation cities away by herself
Yeah,
and be fine.
yeah.
Get in Ubers, Didis, that's what they're called here, by herself and be
Fine.
totally
Yeah.
safe. And that puts me at ease. Not only for her, but just, in general, for everyone in general. Like, you don't have to feel like something can happen to you at any moment. That is not a way to live. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you're used to about how strong you are or how you could, really, how well you can fight. Because at the end of the day, life is precious. We all flesh at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So no one's bigger than a damn bullet. Okay? And there's bullets running rampant all around the U.S. Okay?
Sadly.
But
Really
gun
sadly.
control, we're not gonna get into that.
No, we're not even gonna talk
Because we're
about
not
it.
here. We're not there.
Yeah.
We're here.
These are our reasons.
Mhm.
I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was a pleasant introduction to us and our page. We'll get a schedule going.
Yeah.
We'll get some more stuff. You can expect vlogs, more China content, of course,
Yeah.
traveling. If you guys want videos on like in depth how we got here, what the plan was, we'll absolutely make that for you.
We got you.
Yeah. You have to follow us along on our journey. Him finding things as an actor, me getting in the guts of this place as a fashion designer. So yeah, it should be exciting.
Yeah. This is gonna be a beautiful journey.
Beautiful.
And we're so happy that we made this decision. Honestly, this was the best decision we have made.
Yeah, the best one we could have made in our 20s.
Yeah.
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 Why? Because why not? We can always come home.
No,
So why not?
Or we can go to a different country.
Yeah, we can do anything.
We can do anything we want to do.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
So before you ask yourself why and talk yourself out of it, what should they ask?
It has why. I knew the answer. Okay. Yeah, I knew the answer. I was acting.
Oh, you're really good at that.
Yeah. Okay.
Before you talk yourself out
Mhm.
of doing something new, doing the unknown, before you go, well, why would I even do that? Really, what you should be asking yourself,
Why not?
why the fuck not?
Why not? Why not? Put your shoulders up.